Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. This is Dr. Waqas Ahmed Khan from Pathology Department. Today our topic is adenocarcinoma of the colon or colorectal carcinoma. So let's start our practical. So what is colorectal carcinoma? Colorectal carcinoma, which is commonly known as colon carcinoma, is the neoplastic proliferation of the glandular cells present in the lining of colon. This includes the cecum, colon, sigmoid colon, and the rectum. Anal canal and appendix are not considered in the definition and are treated as a separate entities. Looking at the incidence rate, the colorectal carcinoma is the second most common occurring cancer in the Western world, and it is also the second most common cause of cancer-related death. The estimated new cases and deaths from colorectal carcinoma in the United States can be seen in this slide. So, looking at the etiology, there is no known exact etiology for the cause of colorectal carcinoma, but we can relate it to several risk factors, which are the following: familial adenomatous polyposis, hereditary non-polyposis colon cancer, family history of colorectal carcinoma is a huge risk factor, previous colorectal carcinoma, ovarian, endometrial or breast carcinoma, age greater than 50 as it is more common in the elderly, inflammatory bowel disease such as ulcerative colitis or Crohn's disease, poor diet which will include diet which is decreased in fiber, increased consumption of fat and red meat, smoking, diabetes mellitus and acromegaly, streptococcus bovis bacteremia and sigmoidostomy. So what are the genetic changes which occur in colorectal carcinoma? The genetic changes include activation of the proto-oncogenes, which is the KRAS gene, loss of tumor suppressor gene activity, in which APC gene sequence is very important, and abnormalities in the DNA repair genes, especially in the NHPCC syndromes. The mechanism includes the mutational activation of an oncogene, followed by and coupled with the loss of genes that normally suppress the tumorigenesis. So, what are the clinical presentation? The colorectal carcinoma is often asymptomatic, and usually the first or the initial presentation with which the patient comes to the hospital is a painless rectal bleeding. But there are different features in the right-sided colon carcinoma and the left-sided colon carcinoma, and also in the rectal carcinoma. In the right-sided colon carcinoma, you will have features of weight loss, which can be seen in any malignancy, weakness, and rarely obstruction is seen. And signs will include iron deficiency anemia due to the bleeding in the stools. The left-sided colon carcinoma will show constipation and alternating bowel patterns, which will include alternating diarrhea with alternating constipation, abdominal pain, decreased stool caliber, and painless rectal bleeding, as I described before. But obstruction is more common in the left-sided colon carcinoma. Another feature is also tenesmus. In the rectum, you will see obstruction and tenesmus. Tenesmus is a feeling of incomplete evacuation after a bowel movement, and it is due to the mass effect in the rectum. The signs you will have examination. Digital rectal examination will show palpable mass in the rectum, and bright red blood will be seen. So let's talk about the morphological features seen in the colorectal carcinoma, and our main concern is with the morphology in this spectacle. Looking at the gross features, distinctive features can be seen in both the right-sided or the cecum carcinoma or the left-sided or the sigmoid carcinoma. Right-sided carcinoma or the cecum carcinoma will show a fungating large cauliflower-like soft fibril mass which is projected into the lumen of the gut. And the left-sided or the sigmoid carcinoma has a napkin ring configuration, and it circles the bowel wall circumferentially, forming an annular ring with central mucosal ulcerations, and necrosis can also be seen widely in the gut lumen. So these are some of the gross specimens seen in colorectal carcinoma. This is an example of right-sided colorectal carcinoma. As you can appreciate here, this is a cauliflower-shaped mass, fungating mass, which is extending or inflating the gut lumen. This is also an example of ulcerating carcinoma or the left-sided carcinoma, in which there is a presence of ulcer on the gut lumen, and it is, as you can see, it is having central hemorrhage and necrosis and also irregular borders. So this is another example of left-sided carcinoma, and there is the formation of ulcer, and you can also see widespread necrosis and bleeding into the gut lumen. So what are the microscopic features? In contrast to the gross features, the microscopic features of the right and left-sided colon carcinoma are the similar. Tumor will show infiltrating glandular pattern in the colonic wall, and variant grades of differentiation of tumor cells can be seen, ranging from dysplastic tall columnar cells to undifferentiated, frankly anaplastic masses which cannot be differentiated well. Tumors also tend to produce mucin into the glands and also form pools of mucin in the interstitium of the gut wall. So student, this is the histological diagram you have to draw in your practical notebooks. This is the mucosa and you can see various infiltration of the glands, and this is these are all the dysplastic or the metastatic acini or the malignant acini, and also the presence of inflammatory cells throughout the muscular propria and the submucosa. So let's talk about briefly about the treatment of colorectal carcinoma. And as you can see, surgery is the mainstay of treatment in the colorectal carcinoma, and it includes curative treatment, which will be wide dissection of the lesion with nodes and mesentery. In the palliative or metastatic disease, if there is distant spread, then we control the hemorrhage or obstruction, and 80% of the occurrences occur within 2 years of resection. There is an increase in survival rate if the metastasis only consists of solitary hepatic mass, which can be resected. Colectomy is the main stay of treatment, and it will include hemicolectomy or low anterior resection. The complications of the surgical colectomy include anastomotic leak or stricture, recurrent disease which occurs within 2 years, pelvic abscess, or anterocutaneous fistula. Radiotherapy and chemotherapy can also be done with in chemotherapy. We have 5 FU based regimes for patients with node-proliferative disease. Radiation is for patients with node-proliferative or transmural rectal cancer, not factored in the treatment of colon cancer. Adjuvant chemotherapy and radiation can also be done in colon and rectum. Palliative chemotherapy radiation therapy is only for the improvement in symptoms and obstruction, and it will increase the survival rate, but it is not totally curative. This is all about colorectal carcinoma. Thank you and have a nice day.